Hi friends, today we are going to make Mango Ras Malai. But Indian mangoes like Bangarapalli or Alphonso are a rarity where I live. So when I got some, thanks to Rajiv and Nivi, I couldn't help myself but make some Ras Malai. I hope you like this video. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel if you like to see more videos from us. So let's begin. Bring 8 cups of whole milk to a boil. I made a large quantity to share with my family and friends. You can half the quantity that I have used here. Once the milk comes to a boil, reduce the flame and add 4 tablespoons of white vinegar to it. That is 1 tablespoon for every 2 cups of milk. Stir it to make sure that the milk has completely curdled and separated. Make sure that you do not boil the curds. If you do, your final Ras Malai would be very rubbery and chewy. Pour the curd and whey into a strainer lined with cheesecloth. Squeeze as much water as possible. Once the water has been squeezed out, wash the curd under running cold water to remove any trace of vinegar. We do not want our malai to be sour. Once it's thoroughly washed, squeeze out as much water as possible. Set a heavy object on it. Over here, I have used my mortar and pestle to weigh down the curd. Let it drain for about 15 minutes. You do not want it to be bone dry though. Once the curds have drained enough, crumble them into a food processor. Add 2 teaspoons of cornstarch to the mix and let it process till it is nice and smooth. You can do this by hand too. If you're going to do this by hand, make sure you knead the curd properly for at least 10 minutes to make sure that it is nice and smooth and tender. Now, let's form the pedas. Apply some ghee on your hands. Take a small quantity of the curd and roll it gently. Press it between your hands to flatten it into a disc. Make sure that there are no cracks on the final peda. It's time to cook the pedas. In a saucepan, bring some water to boil. Once water comes to a boil, gently drop the pedas in. Reduce the flame to medium-low and cook the pedas covered for 20 to 25 minutes until they have doubled in size and are fluffy. Transfer the pedas into an ice bath to stop it from drying out. Keep aside. Now let's make the delicious mango ras. Cut and scoop out your mangoes and add them to your blending jar. If your mangoes are nice and ripe, you should be able to scoop them out with a spoon like this. Blend the mangoes completely. Strain it if the mango you have is fibrous. I did not because the mangoes I had were pulpy with no fiber. To a saucepan, add 4 cups of evaporated milk, 2 cups of whole milk, and half a cup of condensed milk. Make sure the flame is on medium heat. The reason I'm using evaporated milk and condensed milk is because you won't have to keep stirring the milk till it reduces. The moisture from the evaporated milk has already been removed. The whole milk thins it out to the right consistency, and condensed milk gives it a flavor that sugar just doesn't. If you want it to be sweeter, you can always add more condensed milk. Once the milk comes to a boil, add a ladle full of milk into a bowl with a pinch of saffron. Add the saffron milk back into the milk mixture. Now we can add the cardamom. Here I am using cardamom drops instead of the powder. You can use freshly ground cardamom powder. Let it cook for a minute. Now add the mango pulp to the milk mixture. Whisk it properly to combine it. Once it's properly combined, bring it back to a light simmer. The ras is ready now. Now let's assemble the rasmalai. Take the pedas out of the water and gently squeeze as much water as possible from them. Keep them in a dish. Pour the hot ras on top of the pedas. Let the rasmalai come to room temperature before refrigerating it. The pedas will absorb the lovely ras. The longer it stays in the ras, the more flavorful it will be. Before serving, garnish it with some chopped pistachios. Serve cold. Enjoy the lovely rasmalai. Until next time, happy cooking.